Hey friends, this video is going to be the last one I'm posting for November, which is crazy. And I thought, why not exit the month sharing with you guys some hits and some misses. Kind of like a spin on my favorites. They have been go-tos. I wouldn't say they're like hands down, oh my god, like the only ones I'll ever use for the rest of my life. But they're definitely staples. And then we have some that I was just like, oh, what happened? So that is what we are getting into today. I really hope you enjoy today's video. Thank you so much for clicking, giving me a chance. Let's go ahead and dive on in. Let's start off with fragrances because it's kind of like not beauty, but at the same time, sometimes I do get questions on follow-ups, whether I still love a certain fragrance or not. I've also had randomly people ask me what I smell like. But also I had two little babies recently tell me in Spanish that I smelled so good, and I was like, okay, thank you. So I want to share my fragrance with you guys. Oddly enough, I am obsessed with the Paul Reacts collab with Okcha. This is the That Girl Viral Vanilla. This smells so good. It is vanilla, but it's not necessarily a full-on gourmand fragrance. It's sweet, but not like cupcake sweet, but you get that like, I don't know, you have to smell it to understand. Now they have a jumbo, they have this one, then they recently released like a really tinier one. These can be a little pricey. I've gotten them off of the TikTok. Make sure you get them on sale. There's always like a 50% off discount, and if it's at like at 35, you can get it for like, you know, $19 less or something like that. Yeah, so this one you definitely get the vanilla, but you're also getting a little bit of cocoa in there, a little bit of warmth. This is definitely an everyday fragrance, and I've been obsessed with it. So like if that day I'm feeling like I want to smell sweet, then I've gone with this one. Then again, I have up here several of the Okcha ones, and I want to continue to add to my collection because girl. And it's a glass bottle, so it's not like cheaply made. And this brand tends to do a lot of like dupes, so be mindful of that. If I don't smell sweet, then I'm using the Love Relentlessly by Tory Burch. And I also have a travel, but I leave that one alone because it's like, I don't want to waste them. It's sexy, but like clean girl sexy, but like everyday wearable. This is great for any occasion. If you're going on a date, this would be great too. Light, not sweet, slightly floral, very pretty though. Then we're gonna move on to some skincare. Okay, I'm gonna share some tea with you guys because I just feel like I need to. Like, you guys are my friends. Earlier this week, I had mentioned I'm trying something new, not something that was sent to me, a prescription. I shared that when I was trying my ultimate, like my paid ultimate items. I showed you guys what my skin looked like after cleansing it and letting it fully dry. My skin looked like glass skin. I figured people would ask, like, what did you do? So I am gonna share that with you guys. For starters, I did inquire and ended up getting a tretinoin. I've heard of tretinoin, and it's really great to kind of help with anti-aging mija. I got 8 months before I turned 40. And I've been getting into skincare recently, but you know, I need to dive in a little more. So what I did was, as you guys can tell, like she's not even done. This is something that I've been using recently. I've done this 3 days a week for the past 2 weeks. I only do like a pea size. I'm not joking. I do a little bit of a pea size. And the way I was instructed to use this is not medical advice either, by the way. I'm telling you what I was told. They told me this is like a miracle. This is like, what is it? I was gonna say the Garden of Eve. No, not that. Water. Oh my god, can you guys help me? What is it? The water that makes, like, if you find the water that keeps you young. I can't think of it. Please let me know in the damn comments. But you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, right? The dermatologist said this is basically that. What I was told to do was just do like a pea size, mix it with my moisturizer and everywhere, and go to bed. Do not expose my skin to sunlight until everything has been washed off. Make sure I put SPF on top. So I've been using it for 2 weeks, 3 days. Technically, I've only gotten 6 uses out of it. And I mean, a little bit is gonna go a very long way. I'm not doing all the other skincare treatments. I'm literally washing my face on those days, adding the tretinoin. And this is tretinoin 0.5%. And then I'm adding some of this one. Vital Hydra Solution, Hydro Plump water cream. Slowly but surely, your skin will begin to slowly peel. That has been my experience. I was told expect that. It's perfectly fine. You always want to hydrate. I'll do these two, go to bed. In the morning, I do a really good job washing my face, and then I will apply the Confidence in a cream first thing in the morning. This here will dry your skin out. You should skip a day in between. That's what I was told. So I'm skipping a day in between. And girl, when I tell you, I've noticed a difference in my skin in a great way. Like my little fine lines here have slowly kind of, they're not disappeared, but I see them less and less. Like week 1, I was like, Week 2, I was like, okay. So I'm going on to week 3. The downside is if you can avoid wearing makeup, go ahead and do that, because you really need to hydrate the skin, because you're gonna go through a peeling process. Mild peeling, nothing crazy. I go to work, so I do apply makeup, and I'm gonna show you the items that I've been using to help me. So for instance, I go ahead and I do the moisturizer in the morning, make sure it like my skin absorbs all of that. I eventually do go in with a little bit of this, and this is something that I started using on week 2, the double layer revitalizing serum with white truffle. I only do 2 pumps because I already have a lot of moisturization and hydration from this baby, but I go ahead, I do 2 of these, put it everywhere, let it sit for like a minute or 2. I make sure I go ahead and feel my brows, and then I'll go in with foundation. I've literally been going between 2 in the past 2 weeks because it's what seems to kind of hydrate the skin and make it look pretty without looking super oily, greasy, or weird. But also like the weird little patchy areas that I had because of the dry skin are not like really showing up in an ugly way. So number 1 is gonna be this one, and I'm so mad because I'm almost done. Oh no, I still have a lot. Well, that's good. It was much longer than this. I am rationing it. This is the LYS, their little skin tint foundation. Mine is in TG1. I absolutely adore this. This is a great way to apply just one very light layer to balance the tones on your skin. Because it's a skin tint, it does have hydration to it, so you can mattify the skin afterwards, which I do because I don't want to look like a mess later. It wears beautifully and it looks so graceful, especially when you have those dry patches like I was talking about. It kind of like hydrates them as you're going to. So this has worn really well as I've been doing my tretinoin treatment. I love her. I'm obsessed with her. I did go to Ipsy and I saw that they had it. So I was like, ooh, I'm gonna snag like 3 or 4 as backups. The system was having an issue. By the time I got in, my shade was sold out. They had different shades, but they didn't have mine. And I'm like annoyed by that because I definitely wanted to get extras of these. If that's not the foundation that I'm using, then I'd be using the Armani Luminous Silk Perfect Glow Flawless Foundation. It sets so pretty. I did a video on this, just like not bragging, but like sharing with you guys. Oh my God, because I've had this one for a minute and then they sent me the full size. It wears so pretty. The shade match is insane. Like I gag, okay? I'm still in shock. The shade match is amazing. And again, given that my skin has been in a peely process, again, not crazy peely, but it has been in a peely process, the fact that this wears so beautifully throughout the day, like yeah, I've needed to make sure that I've been using that throughout the weeks, and I'm not even mad at it. Does the peeling look a little wonky? Yes. And I don't like all that crazy glow. Like I'll do some glow, but I don't want a full face of glow, right? And these are gonna give me full-on glow, so I do go in and set my skin. But because my skin feels dry, and this is part of the thing, like when your skin is dry, you want hydration. But personal preference, I don't do the glow. So I would go in and mattify. But if I'm mattifying, I'm kind of getting rid of the hydration, and in turn, it's gonna look dry. Once I go in with my foundation and I set this skin, I would move forward and go in with this baby over here, which I'm very, like, I forgot that I had her. And I was like, oh my gosh, like my skin looks dry. It doesn't look bad. It just looks matte and dry because I had to set the skin and I don't like the feeling. So I went in with this, which is a fixer, and it's not gonna make your makeup last really long. It's going to make everything just look like melt into your skin and fuse onto your skin and make it all one. If you have really dry skin but you buy a powder and you don't like the way it looks, apply the Fix Plus because it definitely makes a difference. Aside from that, when I wasn't doing the tretinoin, like before that, I have been using this, and I showed you guys that one finished and I even like popped it in the trash because it was done and I was happy that I found this one. Plus, oh, me estoy poniendo ronca. I think my voice is trying to go on me. Like, it sounds raspy. Is it just me? Just bear with me, okay? It's been a filming day. I've been doing shorts and stuff, and life be lifing. But I showed you guys that one finished. I dumped it. I was happy that I found this one plus another one. And I was like, yes, vibes, because this is a really great, affordable drugstore setting spray. Now, this here is going to set your makeup and make it last long. L'Oreal says it'll be about 36 hours. I've done like 12, 13 13 hours and then I wash my makeup off. So I can't sit here and justify the 36 hours because I personally have not put it to the test. But I can tell you I do like this setting spray. I also love the one size one, and I also love the Urban Decay, but I know that the price point sometimes can be a little wonky for the size, and so you'd rather just get something at the drugstore. Just go to Ulta or Walmart and pick it up. But even though I haven't been using this in the last 2 weeks because of the tretinoin and all of that, and I've been using the Fix Plus instead, I needed to show you guys that they finally released a bigger bottle with double, and they were kind enough, L'Oreal's amazing, kind enough to send it to me. So not only did I find a backup to the backup, and they sent me a jumbo backup. So this is like 2-in-1, which is amazing. And I wanted to put it out there in case you guys didn't know that L'Oreal now has a bigger size. Now when I get home, I make sure I go to my bathroom and wash my face off. I don't keep my makeup on the entire day because of the fact that I know that the tretinoin has been doing its thing. I don't want the makeup to just sit on the surface of my skin for too long. So I'll go ahead and I'll wash my makeup off. So I do wash my face like 3 times a day, because I'm doing the tretinoin. I know it sounds like a lot, but honestly, like, it becomes routine and you don't even think about it. I wash my face in the morning, come home, wash everything off, and then I have been applying this. I've had this for a week and a half. So not as long as I've been doing the tretinoin, but I do like that this has added like to the hydration. Now it does have some hyaluronic acid, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure if it's something that I need to be applying while I'm doing the tretinoin, but it has not affected me in a negative way. If anything, I feel like it's helped my skin kind of revitalize itself, get plumper and healthier and hydrated faster, I feel like. Or maybe I'm just going ham with the amount of moisture your girl's putting on the face. I have all this product, why not use it, right? I've been spraying this, I let it sit for like 5 minutes, and then I'll go in with the moisturizer. Can you tell that I have been like extra trying to get my skin back to what it would be on its own because of the tretinoin? And I'm not mad at the tretinoin. I think it's doing its job. You know, I don't want needles on my face, but I also don't want wrinkles. Do you see them little things right there? I'm trying to kind of like avoid them coming for another year or two. So I'm trying to do my thing and seeing if it works. I feel like they're less defined, so it is working. I'm just putting the extra energy into the hydration process of my skin. Technically, I only have like 2 misses, but I'm gonna move those to the side. For my hair, I've gotten a lot of compliments at work with family and stuff like, wow, your hair looks better. It's a lot fuller. I feel like I'm in my short hair phase. I feel like I'm gonna keep it short, but also I'm still doing all the things. And I wanted to update you guys on the IGK Antisocial. Can number 1 is gone. Remember I mentioned to you guys that I bought it and I ended up getting a 3-pack. I'm going on can number 2. It does work. Look at how alive my ends are and all of that. And it definitely looks a lot healthier and fuller. I'm not doing a lot of products on my hair. I'm doing all the treatments, but I'm not doing like hairspray and stuff like that unless I absolutely have to. This here is something that I'm still applying every single day, and my hair looks super healthy and feels vibrant. And by the way, it smells so good. Yeah, so that's my update. I'm actually glad that I got a 3-pack versus the 1-pack, because essentially I paid for 2 and got 1 free. And it was just a great bundle. I took a chance, because everyone was raving about it on TikTok. And you know, people on TikTok rave about everything because they want to make a sale. So I was like, I'll take a chance and we'll see, because I don't know if I'll have to return it, if they'll give me a hard time. I'm glad I got the 3-pack. I don't regret it. I want to get into a little bit of makeup, because these are items that I kind of like not mentioned here at all, and you need to know about them. So I ended up getting the Milk Kush mascara. I thought this one was gonna be like the other one, the silver one. I tried it. I was like, it's nice, but it's nothing out of this world. Like, do I still have it? Hold on. I don't see it, so I'm gonna say I probably gave it away. I remember not being fully impressed by it. I was like, okay, that's all it did. Like, okay. This one, I did a video for Instagram. This one takes the cake. Like, if I had to choose between the green one, the Kush, this is their Kush, what are you? I can't think of the name, but I'll link everything below for you guys. This one here, like if I had to choose between the silver container one, like the one that's in the silver packaging, or the green, I would definitely go for the green. And yes, the wand is one of those ones that we all know and love, but girl, the way this packs, this is not what I have on my eyeballs today, but the way this packs on the eye, you have to see the reels. I'll make sure I'll link the reels in the description box so you guys can go check it out. And then while you're there, you can just go follow me over on Instagram. But this mascara like does the most. And I didn't use it today because I was doing my not boxy, what is it called? Extra try on and stuff. And so I wanted to like use what was somewhat featured in the box, but this was sent to me. It's actually really nice, and I have been using it in rotation for work because it's that good. One of the Morphe blushes, you guys, they sent me the entire PR package. I have used 3 out of all of the shades because I felt like I could share some of the shades. It's stunning. I've used everything individually, but I've also layered them. The formulas are stunning. I also have a video using this over on Instagram. You should totally go check it out. So whatever you see here that you haven't actually seen, like me try on or unbox and stuff like that, make sure you follow me over on Instagram or even Facebook, because I kind of put energy into doing individual videos showing you guys like closer up, you know, like in my face. These are really nice. They're affordable. You can pick them up over at Ulta. And then last but not least, this is another item that I feature over on Instagram, but I have been using because it's easier to use one item versus 3 individual items. And I've been rotating this little trio palette. This is like the limited edition 2025 launch for Benefit Cosmetics, and this year their launches were like super fun because it was like catering to like specific games, but then they put their spin with makeup. And so this palette here just so happens to have 3 of the most amazing, like some of my favorite shades of their products. So we have their Hula, which it's perfect for like everyday bronzing, at least for my complexion. And then we have Shelly, which if you remember when they sent me their entire collection of their blushes, and I was like, oh my god, because Shelly was one of my favorites and has always been. So when I saw Shelly, I got super stoked because it's like a pink, but it's also like a little bit of a peachy shade, and it's like beautiful on my complexion. And then they featured Cookie, which is a beautiful highlight that works on all complexions, and this also looks absolutely stunning all over the eye. They're so good. Now I'm gonna mention some misses because I just feel like, you know, it's okay to update on misses. I usually will go ahead and whatever is a miss, I put it in a basket and give it away. I recently gave a whole bunch of things away. Right now the only items I have that are misses are gonna be 2 items that I received in Ipsy, and I feel so horrible. I really gave the Persona mascara a good try. You guys saw it didn't bring the drama. It was cute, but it didn't bring the drama, and it is a tubing mascara, which I'm not like obsessed with those formulas. Very rarely will I find one that I like, so yeah. And then this Natasha Denona lipstick. The shade is so pretty, but once you mattify it, it looks nice, but it doesn't look true to color. Like you lose some of the pigment and it doesn't look as bold, which sucks. Let me know, are you someone who loves these glossy finish type of formulas? I feel like this is more me. I don't want stuff getting on my teeth 24/7. These formulas tend to get on my teeth all the freaking time, and I don't feel confident when I'm smiling and I don't even know I have stuff on my teeth. You know what I mean? So I avoid those kind of formulas, and those 2 are my misses. And it could be worse. I could have way more misses, but I don't. Maybe it's because I tend to find the good in all the products because I'm obsessed with makeup, but like, yeah, those were the only 2 items that I was like, I am never gonna use them again. The Natasha Denona is so I just wish it wasn't like as glossy and slippy and slidey. It gets everywhere. All right, friends, those were all my hits and misses for the month of November. I always want to hear what your favorites are, so let me know in the comments, what have you recently discovered that you're like, oh my gosh, I need this in my life forever and I'm never gonna let it go. I really want to hear what you're obsessed with. All right, friends, and that is gonna be it for today's video. Thank you for taking the time to watch. I truly appreciate it, and if you're still here, that means you made it all the way through and you are a real one. Thank you so much. Now, if you enjoyed today's video, remember I post several days a week. You don't have to go anywhere. I am linking all these products below, but I'm also linking some videos I think you'd really enjoy. So make sure you check the description box for those. And YouTube is going to recommend 2 videos here on screen they believe you'd be interested in. So I hope you consider checking them out, and I'll see you guys on the next video.